therefore it destroys physical reality. That's the problem. Belongs in non-physical. The highest color that operates successfully in physical is the gold. Once after that, you're starting to eliminate the... in fact, what happens in an atomic blast? White flash. Nothing left. Any questions on any of the colors or the healing techniques or combinations or anything like that? These, they're as needed. Usually they'll last several hours. You'll start to feel like you need to do it again. You'll have an inner knowing that I need to regenerate this. But this one, as I say, is so powerful, lasts 3 to 4 days before it dissipates. And also don't forget the violet hands also as a covering. So can I erase, may I erase this here? Now in your folders that I handed out to you, I don't know what side of the folder is on. Oh yeah, it should be on your left. You're going to see 3 sheets. Now, hopefully they're correct. That have archetypes on them, symbols. And another one that says, learning a new language. Now make sure that your sheets are double-sided. Turn them over. Are there things on the other side? Okay. You have the double-sided ones? Yeah? Yeah. So literally you actually have 4 pages of a brief dictionary and then a 5th page which is like sentences. Yes? You all have that? Okay. Now, what you have there is actually a rudimentary dictionary of hyperspace symbols. Those of you that have the Healer's Handbook, there is a more comprehensive dictionary in there that goes into a lot more elaborate techniques. But for our purposes here right now, we're going to learn very basic Hyperspace 101. So what you should do is look briefly over these meanings of the archetypes on those first couple of pages, and then try to translate the sentences on this page that have the language of hyperspace on it. It says, learn a new language. And what I suggest is that as you go through your dictionary, underneath each character, you write the meaning of the archetype, and then you write a cohesive sentence pulling all the meanings together. Now, don't change the order of the archetype. Don't switch them around in order to accommodate a sentence, but rather make the sentence what the archetypes are saying in the order in which you see them. Also, I have, as those sentences, you're going to see 4 symbols on those sentences. When you see an archetype sentence with 4 symbols in it, that is always a DNA sentence. Who knows why it would be a DNA sentence with 4 symbols in it? If you know, we're going to learn tomorrow, but I'll just give you a little hint today, that there are 4 protein bases to DNA, and as each one ignites, as you activate your DNA, it gives off its symbol, creating a DNA sentence. So it's literally helping you know it's in your DNA structure. What happens in a sentence where there's only 3 symbols? What does that mean? Try to remember this morning the levels of awareness. The number 3. If you're getting a sentence of 3, that is a sentence directly from your mind pattern, from the levels of awareness. And very often, sometimes, you'll only get one. Usually one is a complex archetype, and it's usually like a paragraph. Where have you seen those in the world? Where have you seen a complex archetype in the world that needed to be translated? They're on the news every summer, usually. No idea, huh? They're crop circles. Which they're really not circles, they're complex archetypes that need to be deciphered. If you get a symbol that's something else, let's say you get 2 or 5, then there's something incomplete. You missed one. If you're receiving a sentence that's on 2 or 5, etc., generally they're 1, 3, or 4. So take your time and go over each of the sentences. Remember, write the name or the meaning underneath, and then make a cohesive sentence that pulls it all together without changing the order of the symbols in the sentence. Now I'm going to tell you that on some of them, well, actually, especially the ones towards the bottom, I threw in a little extra symbols in them that you'll need to think about. Now, when you get a complex archetype, in order to translate it, you need to break out the pieces into the components and understand what the components mean. But you have in those other sheets all the pieces you need, all the components are there. It's just a question of how you put them together. Don't worry about that last line down there. It says write 3 sentences of your own. You don't have to do that if you don't want to.